Okay, perfecto. Okay, perfect. So we are ready to start. Diana, we are going to talk today, as I mentioned a little bit ago, about the wild woman. Who is the wild woman? We are going to activate the wild woman within. We have this wild woman. Some people would say an archetype, but we can say it's type of an archetype. An archetype is kind of a series of let's see. I don't want to say features because it's not like. Can you hear me? There is some sound.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. There was some noise. Okay. So the wild woman is kind of an archetype. An archetype is it contains or holds certain behaviors that that could show itself like in harmony, in a balanced way, and also can show herself like in any intensity, right? So we can say that this wild woman could have their light, and also it can have its own shadows. But what we want to connect within ourselves is the wild woman that is in harmony, that is connected with our source. We want to connect our wild woman. And I would say, when I say our wild woman, I would say the part of ourselves that is free, the part of ourselves that is bold, the part of ourselves that dares to be herself and express herself regardless others people's opinion, and that has that courage just to be and show herself and just be. So that's the wild woman I'm talking about beyond the archetypes. And so we want to talk about why is it important to connect with the wild woman, and how we can learn to nurture this wild woman within ourselves, and how with this energy and acknowledging this energy within ourselves, how can we break up or break down the status quos that exist in our life and that maybe are not giving us vitality, but draining us our own energy. Does it make sense? Yes? Okay. That's my dog that you can see in the corner.
Right. Yes, I was seeing that. What is that? Is moving. In this corner.
Yes. He's there, like he's listening to somebody that is outside the house, and he's just, yes, what's going on? What's happening? So let's start first, and I would like you to write on the chat or just to write in your notes what freedom is for you, what freedom means for you. Okay, that's the first question.
I will look for somewhere to write. I cannot write here. I will have to write in the telephone.
This is the first question. What freedom means to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, do you believe you are free? In which areas of your life you believe you are not free, if there is any? Then the next question is, what are the obstacles and what is not allowing you to enjoy your freedom? Okay, so the next question is, what responsibilities you will have if you decide to own your freedom? Yes? Okay. So do you want to share?
Freedom for me is the ability of or being able to decide consciously.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, any decision.
Okay.
And the second question is, if I doing that and on my way, I'm
Yes,
working on that.
Okay, yes.
And on my way, this is the second answer. I'm working on that. The third one, I'm working on that.
Okay.
I'm working on it because sometimes when you're not conscious of something, it's not you deciding, it's your unconscious deciding for you. So you're not free of that decision.
Yes.
But so then you should also be what is the I now I don't get the word. You should have compassion for yourself because it's yourself, it's you decided, but not constantly. So until you are really conscious of that, then you will be able to constantly, okay, I decide to not do that, or I decide to do that, and then you know what will be the consequence. Mm-hmm. And what is what was the fourth question? What is
what responsibilities? The responsibilities, or what is not allowing you to enjoy your freedom?
Is the mind, the brain, the mind. When you are so mind, mm-hmm. You want to get reasons for everything, but you not get this connection. Then mm-hmm. What? Because sometimes you are doing the connection in the by looking for reasons for mm-hmm. something, and sometimes it's just let it go or let it be, yes. Accept it what it be, or not just as understanding, just accept it, but also looking for this connection with the body. Yes, because there is hidden all what is in the unconscious, but mm-hmm. He will always reply that. Of course, when you unconsciously get bothered by something, so you normally blame the other person that is making you do, and this is the responsibility you take when you are conscious. You not mm-hmm. blame the other person, but you take the responsibility. So that is the next answer. You take the responsibility by accepting, okay, I got angry. It wasn't that you made me angry, no. I got angry because it's something inside me and I need to work on that. But then you're conscious, okay, I got angry. It wasn't that this person. Yes. And when you're conscious of that, then you start connecting with this emotion and then taking the decision. No, I was the act. Yes. Then you are taking actually a decision because you are conscious, you're getting angry. Okay, I got angry. And then you take decision. I can react or I can react against this person, or I can react, but a pillow, or so you can take this responsibility. Yes. That's my answers.
Perfect. Just give me 1 second. I tell Nico to stop, and he just looked at me and barked at me. Come here. Say hi to Diana. Say hi to Diana.
Hi, Nico.
Hello.
That's too much.
He has like super big ears. Okay. Okay. So that's great. So one of the things then that you said, it's, I would say, the responsibilities that you will need to own. One of the things that you will need to own, it would be the responsibility itself of your choices, of the consequences. No, that's the last part you share. Okay, perfect. That's great. That's great, because I think like everything that you share, it's is right on the spot in many things, because it's as always, I'm going to start sharing the etymology of freedom, what freedom is and what it comes from. When freedom become, and that's something that I ask myself, when the word freedom was created, when it was created, and what that means, what is the etymology of freedom. And that's why I like to read about etymologies of words. And it says that freedom is the power of self-determination. Okay. Well, it's a state of free will. So it's a state for us to choose and have our own choices, own our choices, but also it is emancipation from slavery and deliverance. So emancipation from slavery, of course, because you need to be, slavery needs to exist for freedom to exist, right? We can say that if slavery doesn't exist, then freedom doesn't exist. Usually when a word exists or something exists, it's like love. Love exists because also fear exists. And I was reading just not long ago the Course of Miracles, and I was reading about salvation. And it said that salvation existed and it was created for everyone, for every person that thought that guilt existed. So if there are people that believe that there is guilt or that they feel guilt, then they are looking for salvation. They are looking for forgiveness. So that's why salvation also exists. It has been given to these people. So whenever there is like one polarity, mostly then the other polarity also appears, because it's kind of one with the other energy, they kind of nullify to each other, right? They if they come together, then it's kind of, you are going to the point zero, you come into harmony. Does it is it understand? Do you understand this? Yes, what I'm saying? Okay, just checking if you're following this. So if this salvation and guilt exists in this case, it exists, and also it was so interesting while I was reading this Course of Miracles, because it exists guilt exists in the minds of people. So slavery exists in the minds of people, and also we kind of created because people live or had that experience very long time ago in history about having a slave, that they belong to someone, that they are not free, they cannot choose, and we live as slavery in different ways, not only in slavery itself, but also when we were not able to choose, or when women weren't able to vote also, no, they didn't have the right to. So there are different ways that we can see slavery in history. So what I'm trying to say with this is that freedom exists because slavery exists. That means that we are not a slave of anything, therefore we don't need freedom. Like within ourselves, in our source, if we connect back to our source, to the essence of who we are, of our existence, of that spark, in that space, there is no freedom and there is no slavery. There is just beingness. There is just existence. And of course, there is a lot of choices because everything is possible. You are in this space of possibilities. And when I talk about possibilities, We can see possibilities, like everything is possible. Everything, like what we call the dark or the negative or the positive in this world, everything is possible in that space. And everything is possible, and anything is being judged. So I like to start on that space so we can connect to that space and that point within ourselves where any of those ones exist, where we can say that we are totally free. We can use that word, that we are so free that we can do whatever we want to do. Like everything is possible, but in that space, like we don't need a word, we don't need to define it. So my first invitation is for us to go back and go to our center and kind of recognize that in that space of ourself, there is this space that everything is possible, where freedom and slavery, they are not required. We are just required to be. And where all the possibilities, everything that we can imagine and that we cannot imagine with our minds, everything could happen and everything is possible. So I'm starting with that to connect with that energy. And then we are going to start talking about freedom itself. Like why freedom is so important and why we are talking about this, because in certain way for me, and when I talk about the wild woman, and the reason I created like this circle about the wild woman is to recognize that freedom within ourselves. But beyond the word freedom, beyond the need to have or feeling ourselves that we are a slave of something, it's kind of is allowing ourselves through that energy of the wild woman to return to our essence, to return to that freedom to just be, to just exist, whatever it is that we want to express, whatever it is that we want to share with the world, and whatever it is that we want to be here, then just give permission to ourselves to just be. See? So this wild woman, I feel like it's so important because we've been kind of, I would say, educated. And it's kind of, we take the dogs to be trained or the animals to be trained. Therefore, we also have been trained in a similar way. In a very similar way, we've been also like, somebody has been training us in certain ways. How do we behave? How we live in a society? Why we need to have a house? Why we need all those things? And we forgot our nature as animals, as beings of nature itself. Like when we were able to run in the forest, when we were able to smell when the rain was going to come, when we were able to feel the wind and listen the whispers of the voices, bringing news from us or to us from different other parts of the world. So we have forgotten so many connections that resides and are still there, because we still remember, like we don't remember consciously, but our body and our physical intelligence remembers all those things within ourselves. And we have forgotten to connect to that. So because we were also educated, we were also trained, like our dogs, our horses and our animals, we've been also trained in a society, and we've been trained with the word that we call evolution, with the word that we call civilization, with the word that we need to be, how you say, up to society, to be accepted into society. And this is not a revelation, but in certain way, it is kind of more than a revelation. It is kind of an inner revolution within ourselves, not to run away from the society that we live, because in certain way we need to cope with our daily lives, and we are working and we have a way of living, but also is to recognize who we are, in fact, like what is our true essence, what do we have also within ourselves. We are not separate from nature. So the invitation of the wild woman is to reconnect with all those things, is to remember who we are, in fact, like we are nature itself, we are free, and to bring that energy in our life, because through that energy we are going to be able also to have the courage, I would say, we're going to dare to be ourselves in a untamed, unapologetic, in a bold way. We're going to be able to express ourselves the more we invite that wild woman. And we can bring this wild woman at work when we want to say something, an idea, we want to share like something totally bold, something totally different. I mean, I feel like this energy help us think out of the box, help us think out of the patterns that we have learned during our whole lives. Because a wild woman, if we just think for a minute, Diana, and if we just think for a minute about how a wild person is, can you imagine it? Can you connect with a wild person, like whoever you imagine, and how whatever wild means for you, like a person that lives in nature and that is wild? How do you imagine this person? Can you just connect with it for a minute? Okay. Just see what that person is doing at this moment. See how is living, how is her life. Just feel the energy. That person is not thinking about, oh, it's 5, I need to do this or that. It's living in a different way. It's living in her own biorhythm. Maybe it's followed by the moon and the cycles of the sun. And it's already adapted into that wildness that is nature. Can you connect with that freedom within herself? Just feel that energy. Okay. Were you able to connect with her?
Yeah, I think so. I was imagining when you were, I don't know if it was a real connection, but it was imagining that way, not myself, but in the way you were describing.
Perfect. And what do you notice and what do you feel?
What I feel about the is that they are able, since they are connected more with this biorhythm, they are more present. They are able to be more present and adaptable, but at the same time are open to flow, what accepted what it is, and flow with the nature as it is, by being present. Things that are a little difficult to fit in this society we live in and in this civilization, because you're always thinking, I will be late or I come late, and then you are always trying to fix that. Or as soon you are thinking, I will be late for my session in the expansion, then you are already in the future.
Yes.
Tomorrow, what I will cook for tomorrow. Then you are ready in the future. Yes. Because you need to go to work and you need to fix in working hours or whatever, or in the past when you saw, of course.
Yes.
When I was small, it was really nice. I remember that it was more connected to the nature. But now that has passed. Now we are in another world. So then in that situation, you are in the past. So
yes, and we can think about even today. Like, I don't know, for all people that's true, but for some people, like, what happens today? Oh, there is a rain. Oh, I don't want to. I need an umbrella. I can we cannot like shower ourselves outside. Exactly. So there is like so many other things that we kind of it's the rain. It's okay. Maybe not every time I will just feel it, but it's okay. The rain is not going to do anything.
I see also in my kids, because you come with this nature when you're born, and you get educated in this society, and you forget that. But when you're small, for example, you don't have this fear to go close to an animal, to take a frog in your hands, to take worms, or to take ants, or to take butterfly, to take a mosquito. You are just curious, you just want to see and get it close and take with the hands. And then sometimes I really wonder how my kids they do that. And I ask myself, when I have started being afraid of this little animal that they can not do anything to me.
Wow.
They say to me, Mama, I can hold your hand and we'll go at us.
It's so cute. So cute, and that's so beautiful, because that's, I think that's what we want to awaken within ourselves and remember that part of ourselves, that it's kind of is the innocent child, the marvelous child, that it's just so connected to nature and it's not afraid. That's the wild, our wild self when we were a child. So that's the importance. So why is it important to connect with a wild woman? To remember ourselves, to remember our nature, to remember our connection to nature itself, that we are nature, and to start realizing that this fear has been built. We didn't come to fear. Okay, maybe there were some things that we carry on with from our souls, but then the fear itself, when we were a child, there wasn't, because they don't have that logic. So that information resides within ourselves. So it's bringing it up, it's kind of activated, remembering that part of ourselves that we were able to be, and just enjoy that present moment in that wellness, where everything was possible, because everything is possible, but it's kind of, we put that limitation within ourselves. So that's what I believe, that connecting with a wild woman, it's so important. So what happens once we connect, and we are going to do a short alchemy to connect with a wild woman, to bring our wild woman, our one, right? Not mine. You are not going to get mine or me. Yours is, you will connect with your inner wildness. And so once we connect with this wild woman, we recognize that energy, because it's kind of, we are awakening that energy within ourselves. And then every time we just close the eyes, we will remember and connect with that part of ourselves, and we will nurture it. How we will nurture? Reconnecting with it, feeling that freedom, that wildness, feeling our true essence, that we are nature. And also we can nurture that wellness within if we when we are able to take those bold actions, when we are able to dare those things that could be crazy for some people, but for ourselves it's okay, it's fine, it's part of our essence. So that's the way we can nurture this wild woman. And also, if there are status quos, for us it's not going to be, oh, how I'm going to move out from this status quo, from this way I used to do the things. It's going to be easier, because we will be able to flow also in certain things. So that's the invitation for us to nurture the wild woman, because I think it really is kind of, for us, feel free of change, of everything that kind of limit us and wants to put us in a box. And is, hey, I'm inviting this. We can invite this in the beds in our beds also, when we have sex with our partners. So there are different ways that you can invite also that wellness to be present in your life, not only like at work or with your child, just going outside and just let's dance and let's play under the rain and just enjoy and laugh, and allowing us to do that. Like for one time, like just do that, and just if there is like dirt, just enjoy the dirt and just do that. Like it's not like we need to do it every day, but we can allow and create those spaces when we are able to do those things that our childs enjoy. They are the better portal and gateway for us to return us and bring us into that space of the innocence. And that is going to help you to awaken that part of yourself, because we have, all of us, we have. So let's give us permission. So that's the energy of this wellness within. Well, does it make sense for you? That would you like to connect with this wellness within yourself, Diana?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this alchemy and let's connect with ourselves through our hearts, and let's breathe in and let's breathe out very slowly. Inhale and exhale. Let's do it again. Let's inhale through your heart and exhale through your heart. And let's bring our consciousness to our hearts. And from this space of your heart, you will start feeling your beatings, your heartbeat. Yes, let's allow our hearts to bring us into this space of coherence. And from this space, as your heart is bringing you into full coherence, let's move our consciousness down to our bellies, to our uterus, establishing this beautiful golden diamond line or ray from your heart into your uterus. And this, your heart is illuminating your uterus, activating this part of your body with love. And if you don't have a uterus, it's connecting you with your etheric uterus, which is still there, even if you don't have it physical. But you are there. And from this space, enjoy for a second this space, this container. And we will use this space, your uterus, as a portal, as a gateway. And you will see that in the place that you are in your uterus, a spiral appears. And this spiral is moving. And you are going down through this spiral, going to the center. You just allow yourself to go in circles down through this spiral until it kind of throws you in a certain way and takes you to the other side. And this other side is in nature. Maybe in a mountain, maybe close to the beach, to an ocean, a river. It's the perfect place for you. In this space, there is someone waiting for you. The wildness within yourself, your wild woman is awaiting for you. And feel the energy and connect with the energy of the wild woman that is you. and feel her. And see how you integrate with this wild woman. And from this space, you will start enjoying nature. Just run through nature, enjoy, become that wild woman. Just follow her lead. And as you are integrating, all your fears are left out. They are not part of this wellness within, of this wild woman. And allow the energy of the wild woman to fill you up. So awaken the wellness within yourself. Where you allow yourself to be. Just feel, 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 feel. And enjoy. Run next to the animals. Jump the trees. Run to the top of the mountains. Feel your nakedness. And I will invite you to enjoy everything in your nakedness, in nudity. You are totally well. And at the same as any other animals, you don't need anything at this moment. The weather is just perfect. And if there is a river and you want to jump into the river, you are safe, always, always, always safe in whatever you do there. You are free of restrictions. As you want, if you want to go to the top of a tree, just do it and enjoy it. Like a bird, watch all the tops of the trees and sleep next to a tree or in a branch. Yes. As you are feeling yourself full into this energy of the wellness within yourself, your cells are awakening and remembering, and you are reclaiming that wellness within yourself. And you are inviting, you can invite from here that wellness, remembering that you are safe and it's okay to be yourself and to do things different. It's perfect when you do things different. And from this space that you are with this energy, I invite you to start thinking and connecting with those parts in your life that you would like to invite this energy in. And just send that energy and invite that energy and start seeing how would you would like for things to be? How would you like to express that wellness within yourself in those specific spaces, environments, or experiences? And allow yourself to be that wild woman. Yeah. That's perfect. And now you're going to give thanks to that wellness within yourself to show herself to you. Just give your thanks. And you will see that another door, like an spiral, is being opened. And you are going to walk into that. It might look like a black hole. It is kind of a door that will transfer you back to your uterus. Just as it is like you are crossing the bridge. Just walk there, enter to this spiral. And as soon as you are kind of walking in circles, going very fast, you are moved and you are back into your uterus. Only bringing that experience, that remembrance, that wisdom, that energy, and that vitality that has been awakened within you. You're bringing all that. We're going to give thanks to the energies, to this organ that support us for doing this trip. And now that you are in your uterus, you're going to move your consciousness into your heart, allowing it to integrate the wisdom that you have brought. We are closing the portals, and from this space of your heart, you are just clearing any remainder energies that shouldn't be here, and also clearing any bleed over from the other dimension. You start bringing your consciousness now from your heart into your mind, into your brain, your head. And you're going to breathe in and breathe out. And feel your whole body with your consciousness. Moving your feet and your fingers, your toes, your neck. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. How do you feel?
Fine.
Yes, how was your experience?
Well, I feel some kind of energy in my body while you were talking. But I could see myself as a child, not like a, then it's my while it's when I was a child.
Okay,
Maybe
it's
that's
okay.
why. Maybe
It's a good
that's,
start.
and that what I would like to use it more, I was thinking is that through the experiences with the children, because they like this kind of experience, and sometimes you get, when you get adult, you get so rigid, or
Yes.
I know I don't want to do that. I will get dirty. I will get. Now I got dirty. And now I have to wash it. So then, in that, in this connection with them, I is when I saw the first that I could get this connection through. I mean, through them, like they being the portal of awakening this wild.
Yes.
That is already there through me, myself, small. Then maybe that's why I saw that.
Yes.
And that probably will awake little by little in the other areas that I might need also to be like this.
Yes. 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 For sure. So, so now you're planning to start enjoying more with your children, with this wellness within yourself.
Yeah, I do it, and I open small spaces.
Perfect.
I have been doing, but you get then after 10 minutes, okay, I have enough for one.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. I think that's how we nurture that. And you are nurturing your wild self, and also you're nurturing your inner child.
Yeah.
No, you're nurturing also your inner child in this case.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That, Diana, is there any questions that you have?
No, I thought I was curious because when I saw the title of the session first time, I said, I'm not interested, and I don't want to wake up my wild woman. Why I will do that? So then I say, there is a negation there. Why I'm negating that? Maybe I should work on that.
That's great. You motivated yourself to participate today. That's awesome. Yes. And now, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it was unexpected. That's maybe I was maybe when I got this negation, maybe it was more focused in the sexual part, in the sexual idea.
Yes.
But I see, got surprised that it can be more wide. Yes. But also applied this area. But yes. Also, of course, that is also maybe some blocks in this area, also showing what I was. Yes. No, I don't need that.
Yes. Well, but then when you start inviting at this part of the area, it will start extending to the other ones. No, and the invitation at the end for the free woman is to be well and to invite this wellness in the different areas of their lives, including the sexual part also. That we have not focused in that specific, but it's also included. Like every part of your life is included. So, but it's kind of, let's start with this other connection, but you can take it also like, and start, maybe that's something for you. It's kind of, what else? Like, how can I invite my wild woman in bed? How can I invite my wild woman for myself, for my own pleasure? Or how can I invite my wild woman to, with my partner? Because it could be so many different things. because the wild woman is curious, is very curious. So I don't know, I just have this picture in my mind, like my wild woman wants to, maybe I will do it once and just to see how it feels. Like I see many times like they have the whipped cream and you can just put yourself in your whole body with whipped cream. So why not? I'm going to play and see just how it feels.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just creating those spaces, those small spaces, and start playing. It is not a must. It's a playful. It's a playful
Yes.
space that you are creating.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Agree.
So enjoy it. Enjoy with your children, and yeah, I'm glad that it kind of that you found like something good in today's session and useful, something useful.
Yeah, that also.
Perfect. So one word to close this circle, like one word, what is your takeaway in one word?
Connection with the, we go again with connection with the body, I think.
Connection to the body.
Because,
That's good.
yes, and that also connecting with the nature. And I feel this connection with the nature that also awake this wild, because then you connect with this like primitive way or thinking, or not, I don't need this, it doesn't matter if my hair is like this anymore. You know, I don't, you're not doing for someone else, but you just being there, energetically connected with the nature that love you the way you are, it doesn't matter. But also your own body, connecting with your own body, connecting with your, what you feel, pleasures in different ways, sexual pleasures, but also of the kind of pleasure, opening to that pleasure that you might feel by doing different things, can be sexual or not sexual also, or just the pressure to be sitting and not doing anything, like, you know, many women have, I cannot sit because I'm so lazy. Just sitting there.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, I'm taking with me my wild self and nature. So yeah, that connection also, it's good to feel it. So I enjoy today's session as well. So okay, so you are going to receive the recording and some notes. It's more questions today that you will receive, and some notes, and the recording in case you want to do again the alchemy. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Diana.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.